Good Friday morning, a feel-good summer Friday, the pinnacle of all feel-good summer Fridays as we head into July 4th weekend and, of course, the week next week with the 4th of July. This is about as good as it gets for the year when you live in the Northeast and you get about 6 weeks of nice weather, and hopefully we get some of that in the next couple of days. Yeah, we got some time off next week, but we are here today, and we're going to have a blast with the people that are with us. Jerry decided to work today. Eddie took off. Al is sick. We got Rascona and Big Zoo in there. We're going to have a lot of fun on this feel-good summer Friday. I'm going to try to avoid the Mets like the plague today because there is no way those a-holes are dragging me down today. No way. James Harden might drag me down today, but not the Mets. I'm not going to let it happen. Yankees beat up on the A's again, as they should have. Good morning, Boomer. How are you?
Yeah, good morning, Jay. I'm doing well. You know, and, even though it is a summer Friday and it's a great weekend outside, that photo that we just showed on CBS Sports Network does not look good. With
it's going to be a nice day today.
Yeah,
it's going to be fun.
So get the smoke coming down from Canada. Look at this.
Yeah,
what the hell?
It can't be like that all day, right? It's not going to be like this all day, is it?
I hope not, man. I was down at Jones Beach riding my bike yesterday. It was beautiful down there.
Yeah, I think that once you get farther east, because right now I'm only caring about what the weather is where I live.
Yes.
I think it's pretty nice out there. I think it's going to be nice out there.
One thing that I've noticed about you over the last 5 years is that when it comes to summer weather, all you care about is where you are. You don't care about where anybody else is.
That is correct.
Hey, listen, Fire Island's got to be nice. The Bay's got to be nice. Now it can't be raining on the golf course. I mean, just a little bit of everything, but it all comes back to where you are.
That's right. I am very,
nothing to do where the rest of us are.
That's right. Don't care. I'm very selfish this time of year because this is you got to make the most out of this.
All right.
You know it.
I know. So you brought it up, and it is kind of like something we got to talk about, and that's what's being reported about possibly the Knicks trading for James Harden from the Sixers.
Right.
Oh boy, Zoo's going to have a stroke in there.
Yeah, well, he might have a stroke even without NBA news, because this this man. This has got to be the summer of Zoo getting healthy, by the way. I think that's what we need to do. We need to focus on him.
Look at you now.
The summer of Zoo getting healthy. If I can do it, Zoo can do it. I want to be an inspiration to Ed Arzuman. And that's what I want to do. After I heard that he almost died from COVID yesterday, in the beginning of COVID, I started thinking about him all day long. I was like, what would we do without Big Zoo? It would hit me hard as I was driving home. I was like, my goodness, we can't have that.
Some of those guys look good big, and he's like one of those guys. Like, I can't, it's like I can't imagine him with that huge head of his losing like 150 pounds. As much as I'd love for him to do that.
Yeah. You want him fat for your own entertainment.
No, it's not my own entertainment.
Yeah.
It's just the way he looks. It would be looking like he had an 18-pound bowling ball on his
No,
shoulder.
it's not true. That's not true. I've seen pictures of Zoo thin, and he looks great. He looks
you got pictures of yourself thin?
I mean, not as thin as thin for me isn't thin for other people.
He looks like Benicio del Toro when he's lost some weight. That's what he looks like.
Yeah, that's a great. Wow.
He does.
If you don't mind talking about this, you okay with this?
No, that's fine.
All right. Yeah. So how much do you weigh?
325.
All right. And how tall are you?
5'11".
All right. So number one, you got to worry about your back. You got to worry about your knees, and you got to worry about your ankles. Now you're in your 20s, right?
Yep.
You're not thinking about that kind of stuff right now.
Not in the front of my mind.
Because you're young, dumb, and you're full of you know what. So, and I would just say, it's about time we start taking ourselves a little bit more seriously.
Well, I mean, and I don't.
But not to the point where you got to be so extreme like this guy to my next. He's becoming a male model.
I don't know about extreme. I'm just doing things that you got to do, to stay healthy. And this is, I'm not trying to shame Zoo at all. I just, honestly, it was all because of yesterday when he said that he was in the hospital in the beginning of COVID.
Scared us.
And said to the doctor, am I going to make it? And I was like, oh, my God. And that's why I thought to myself, if Zoo was 10 years older, he might have kicked it.
Well, I mean, you did scare us a little
bit. So I was like, you know what? If there's anything we can do, and then I thought, you told me to do the bike tour again, and then that was the impetus for me to get back in shape. I was like, maybe we could do something like that with Zoo, and then that'd be a nice little thing.
You want him to become part of our bike tour.
Well, it's
I'll
a
give you
long
something
way
that will
away.
Give you something to shoot for.
That is true.
I mean, I can't just pick up and ride 40 miles, you know?
No, I know that.
But it's not
we're
until
saying-
May of
No, but
next
I'm
year.
saying that gives
Yeah.
that
But
actually,
that is
be
something
built to it.
shoot for. Did you think you could put a team of 5 guys together? Don't say yes and slough it off like you can do it and then not show up with it.
This is a big commitment, Zoo. I mean, you got to want to do it. That's all.
I'll do it. I can do this. I will do it.
All right.
Can you get a team of 4 other guys to make a team of 5
Yeah, I could find 4 other guys.
and raise some money?
Of course.
All right. So
That's my
so
favorite
we have
part
your
of it.
target date now. So we set the target date.
It's like 11 months, 10
Right.
months away.
So at 10 months away, it's in May. It's the first Sunday in May, and it's an awesome event. And it was something that Gio used to propel his big weight loss thing in Sayville, because that's the most competitive town in America.
That's right.
And he won. He won the weight loss challenge.
That's right. I did. And it all started because of the bike tour. So I said, I'll just enter this thing because I need to get in shape because of the bike tour. And then I got obsessed with it and I needed to win the Sayville Biggest Loser. And I did. So maybe this will be the thing. But here's the thing. If you commit, like when you commit to just any random person in your life, it's one thing. When you tell Boomer that you're going to be a part of something that it involves his foundation, your word has to be gold in that spot.
I wouldn't lie when I say something about doing something for somebody that is raising money for
Well,
them.
you're
I'm
also
not a
doing something
liar,
for
so
yourself,
I'm here.
too, but
We're
just
not saying
remind-
lying. We're just saying you can't change your mind along the way. You know?
when I went down this road with Brandon Tierney initially, he wanted the black New York Jet helmet that I got.
Right.
And he wanted to bring it home for his son. And I said, okay, I could easily sell it here and raise more money on the for the foundation by auctioning it off.
Yeah.
And he said, no, don't do that. And I said, okay, well, you take the helmet and you put a team together. And he came up to me after the bike tour was over and said, this is one of the greatest things he's ever done. Peter Hoffman, too, by the way.
Same thing. Yep.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Both those guys loved it. They loved the experience. So they got a lot out of it. It's not just raising money. It's also hopefully helping you lose some weight and you getting something out of it. That's the important part of this. The other half of it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, absolutely. And I'm all for it, guys. Like,
All right,
I don't
good.
need to be sold anymore.
All right,
I'm
good.
in.
All right, he's
Let's
in.
do it.
This is great. Rasconi, you want to join his team?
Yeah, I mean, I'm his teammate here at the Fan, so I would join his team. He's got one right here.
Let's
All
go.
All right, sort of like there.
Let's go.
All right, good.
There are minimums, and wait till you see what they are. And then you'll realize how hard they are to hit. So that's good. So we
No,
got a
you'll
new
be able
team.
to raise some money.
Big zoo. It's
Minimums
good.
regarding finances, you're saying?
No.
minimums to raise.
money.
Right, raising, yeah.
Raising, yeah.
Okay,
Make
no
sure
problem.
you get the right bicycle. We're going to put you
We'll
in a
figure
bike
that
outfit
out
and everything else.
But
like
this is it. So I think you need something to get you going because I'm speaking because of experience. I needed something to get me going because I was not interested in losing weight. I was not interested in exercising. I was not interested in getting healthy at all. I sat here and told Boomer that over and over and over again. Don't want to do it. I know I have to do it. Don't want to do it. And then I was given a reason to do it. So I feel like yesterday, like I said, I was shook driving home thinking about you in the hospital asking the doctor if I'm going to make it. I didn't like to hear that at all.
Right. It's 11 months now. So you could also talk to Gio about eating and how to eat and all that other stuff.
And Al Dukes as well.
Tonight's a Friday night.
Yeah,
Tonight's a Friday night, right? And it's a big NBA free agency night for you. You're going to be all over this
You don't have to
thing.
start today.
You don't have to start today.
You don't have to start today.
We just got to get your mind right and start thinking about it.
Right.
And then, because tonight you'll be pounding like beers or
Well, I got to work in the
Casamigos.
morning. I'm a responsible adult.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Yep, absolutely. This is Big Zoo at 27 now. We're 27 now. Big Zoo at 27, responsible. It's really grown up the last couple of years.
Good. And so what we'll do is we'll bring a scale in here.
You really want to do that, huh?
I think
I'm not about that.
I'm just thinking that look,
See, I know what you mean. I know what you mean,
I think
Sue.
we're going to have to be on you a little bit because you're under 30, and I just don't trust you guys in your 20s. I just don't. Like you say,
You want to check in with him occasionally?
I think we're gonna
So
have to.
this is just a crush me open here.
No, not crushing.
No,
I
that's
told you
why
it's
I
not
asked you,
crushing.
do you mind if we talk about this?
I'm not.
You
This
seem
is
to be
what
okay
I'm
with it.
very conscious of this. Trust me, because I've always been the guy with the fat guy who gets roasted. So that's why I'm saying that this is a good thing. I don't, and when he said scale, I got a little cringy too because I know that's a tough thing.
On national TV?
Yeah, I know it's a tough.
Maybe
thing.
we can move you to Sayville, and you can win the Biggest Loser.
Yeah, I don't think he's allowed to enter. I think there's like a geographic.
Well, that's
thing
what I'm
there,
saying.
you
We
know?
have to move him.
We
to
got to
Sayville.
actually move.
Maybe he can live
Just
in
let me
your,
rent out
live
the basement in your crib, G.
Yeah, perfect. Yes,
How
absolutely.
are you with kids?
I'm great with kids.
All right, good. So if G has to go play some golf or something like
Yeah.
that, you're available, right?
Right.
Exactly.
You can live in your basement.
I'm like an indentured servant. I pay it off.
And Big Zoo, this is not I really want to reiterate this. This is not a crushing you thing. There's lots of people around here I do not give a crap about. I would not waste any time talking about. Brian Rascone has known me since I was probably 14 years old. I'm telling the truth. This is not a crush you thing. We like you very, very much. And then yesterday when you told that story, I was like, my God, that's an issue.
It caught us off guard, man.
And I was like, and then I thought to myself, I'm like, if I could do anything, it would be for you. It would be to try to be an inspiration to get yourself healthy. That's all. I'm not trying to make fun of you or nothing. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I want to make you feel good because
No, and I appreciate
because
that.
I know you can do it. You know what I'm saying? And some
I know
people,
I can do it too.
I needed a kick in the ass, and I got it. So I'm thinking, hey, I can return that, pay it forward. That horrible movie with Haley Joel Osment. That's what I'm trying to do. Pay it forward and giving you a kick in the ass. That's all I'm doing. All right,
Hey,
then we won't talk
I'm
about
down
it
for
anymore.
it. Let's get it going.
All right, and
all
we'll
right,
just
he
you
said
got
he wants to get it going. He
10
just said he wants to get it going.
All right.
So you're going to have to help him with the nutrition part of it.
Yeah, no problem. Me and Al Dukes will be all over his ass.
Yeah,
Next thing you know,
butter and rice cakes.
no, not regular peanut butter,
No
by the way.
aspartame anymore now.
And he's
Yeah.
great with kids. He had my son on his shoulders after a Knicks game walking through Manhattan. What was it, Martin Luther King Day?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was great.
Wow,
Look at that,
I
see?
could see him being great with kids. You should be doing
Big
that on the
Uncle
side.
Zoo. That's
Yeah, big Unky Zoo.
Unky Zoo, baby.
I think that's tremendous.
We here.
We
heat kids.
We outside. We with toddlers up in this bitch. All right. So anyway,
Okay. So that's good.
so this all started because you said that Zoo was going to be freaking out if James Harden ended up being a Knick, and I think the entire fan base would. And I don't know how realistic this is, but what scares me about it is Woj, because Woj is one of those guys who you trust. Everything that comes out of his mouth generally ends up working out. He is right about these things. He's first with these things. And when he reported this James Harden stuff, the first two teams he said, Clippers number one, which is the team that everybody's focusing on that he would probably end up with, and the Knicks number two.
Sorry. So what are they going to do? Trade Hartenstein, Toppin, and Fournier for Harden?
No, I think that Fournier would have to be in the deal, but most likely to match the money, you'd have to give either R.J. Barrett or Julius Randle in that deal as well. Now, I don't want Julius Randle on the team. I really don't want James Harden on the team. Obviously,
He's your
I mean,
guy.
my guy.
Yeah, I mean, you just love to tear into him, man.
Oh,
That's what I'm
okay.
saying. Like he is. If he were here, just think of the conversations that you would be able to have, just tearing into him.
Yeah, I don't want that for the Knicks. I really don't. I mean, it would be just annoying for me in my life to have to hold that much hatred for. I shouldn't say hatred. Hold that much dislike for somebody in me every single day that is playing for my team. He is the epitome of the athlete in 2023 that does not care about winning and only cares about how much money he can make and what people think of him. That is it.
How do you think he'd get along with Tom Thibodeau, or do you think like 6 weeks into this thing that Tom Thibodeau would be fired?
Yeah, I think that he would probably resign. I mean, there's no way that if Tom Thibodeau was sitting around talking to Leon Rose, there is no way he is giving his stamp of approval on James Harden.
Why wouldn't he be talking to Leon Rose? Shouldn't they all be
Because I don't know if
collaborating?
Leon Rose talks, period. I don't know if he talks to anybody.
You got to have collaboration.
Yeah, but I mean, there's no way. He's the anti-Tom Thibodeau player. He's the anti-New York player. He's the anti-everything. And by the way, he's not even that good anymore. I mean, he's okay, but... And when we're talking about Damian Lillard and Jalen Brunson, now those two could coexist in my mind because I think that they're both unselfish players that know what they need to do when they're playing with another really good player. James Harden is not that guy. James Harden's going to need the ball. He's going to be a ball hog. He's going to take the ball out of Jalen Brunson's hands. He's going to neuter Jalen Brunson in what he does well. This can't happen. It just can't happen. The desperation for a star that the Knicks have been looking for to pair with Jalen Brunson cannot lead them into the James Harden business.
So it looks like Josh Hart opted back in.
Yep, that's right.
All right, so he opted back in, so he's here.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking like Dante DiVincenzo.
Yep.
Maybe Rui Hachimura.
Okay.
And somehow could you trade for DeAndre Ayton?
Yeah, you
Because
could.
it sounds like the Phoenix Suns are looking to move him.
Yes, he has been rumored to go for probably a year and a half now. So, yeah, I would
Knicks have some players. They would have to take some players back, obviously, and they have assets.
I don't think they're looking that way, though, man.
You don't
I think
that would be too radical.
I don't think that would be too radical at all. I think they're looking for more of the Paul George type. Like, that's what they're looking for. They're not looking for DeAndre Ayton. They're looking for a guy that can take over a game offensively.
All right, so then what happened to Julius Randle like the last 10 minutes of the game? Is he on the bench?
What do you mean?
Or is he on the court or on the bench if they acquire somebody like this?
Oh, hopefully if they acquire someone like that he's not on the team anymore because of the way that the salary structure works out.
That's what I'm saying. But to me, it seems like he ain't. If I had to guess, he's not going anywhere, no matter what we say. So
it does sound that way. It does sound like the Knicks are in love with him. He wants to be here and build off of last year, and our perception of him is completely different than the Knicks' perception of him. That's what I feel like.
I'm saying he is a really, really good basketball player.
Yeah, but you feel like you can't win with him.
I just feel like there's just so many like of these blow-ups in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
And I know he played hurt in the playoffs and all that. I appreciate that.
I mean, there's certain guys that are really good players, but whatever reason you feel they can't win a championship if they're on your team. And I've got two of those guys right now. One in Kirk Cousins, really, really good player. Awesome. Big numbers. You're going to look back on his career and be like, oh, my Lord, these are like borderline Hall of Fame numbers.
Yeah.
But you know he's not winning a Super Bowl. Julius Randle, all-star, all-NBA, can take over a game. One of the statistically best Knicks that they have had in years and years and years. But you know that they're not winning a championship with him.
To me, the key is to find guys that make other people better, not just about their double-doubles or whatever. It's about like watching. When I watch the best player right now in the NBA, who not only should have been the MVP 3 years in a row, in Nikola Jokic, but he makes everybody he plays with better.
Yeah.
And everybody that he plays with plays off of him. And, like, they'll cut to the basket, he'll throw it to them. I mean, like, it's amazing how he sees the court. Now, those players are far and few between. You know, it's Larry Bird territory. Like, you don't just find those guys. That's Magic Johnson territory. Mm-hmm. Those guys just don't grow on trees. So there's nobody out there like that for the Knicks. But if you can bring guys in here that, number one, see the court well, play with their teammates well, bring out the best in their teammates, those are all the attributes that I'm looking for. That's not Julius Randle. He struggles with the double teams. He struggles late in the shot clock. I don't know. He has these mental blow-ups in the middle of the season, and it's just enough already. And that's why, I know he loves it here, and I know they love him. So I think it's going to be another year of the same kind of thing.
Yeah, I agree. And I wouldn't be surprised if Dante DiVincenzo and bringing back Josh Hart was everything that they did in this offseason. I really would not be surprised.
It's kind of like, I know you're not paying attention to it, but it's kind of like the Islanders and the Rangers. Both are salary cap strapped. All these other teams are making moves all over the place. The Rangers can't. They have to pay their own players, and because of this hard cap in the NHL until maybe somebody gets hurt, you put them on long-term IR until they come back in the playoffs, and that doesn't count, which is idiotic too. But at the end of the day, it's like frustrating because both the Knicks and the Rangers have good players, are good teams, but really can't do much.
Well, the Knicks can do something. I mean, they've got assets. They'll be able to figure it out cap-wise if they needed to. I think they can do stuff. It's just, do you really go for it with the players that are available now?
I don't want any more 34 to 36, 37-year-old players. I mean, it's a young man's game, man. This is an athletic game, a fast game. This is why when the Knicks' second team gets on the court and they're playing well, it's fun to watch them.
Sure.
Because they're flying up and down the court, and, you got Obi Toppin flying up for the alley-oops and everything else.
Manuel quickly
hit his three-pointers.
Grimes.
I mean, it's a fun group to watch, and they seem to play really well together. It's just that, Thibodeau gives them like 9 minutes to Obi Toppin because he doesn't want to play defense. But then he'll hold Obi Toppin accountable, but he won't hold Julius Randle accountable for lackadaisical defense.
That is right. And I don't know why. It's weird. Julius Randle's got a spell on that organization. I don't get it, but they love the guy, and he's going to be here. All right, Boomer and Gio just getting started on this feel-good summer Friday.